What's up, guys? It's Scion, and I am back. And this one's gonna be more for the pay to play players. And what I'm gonna actually do is, kind of talk about what we should be doing because I'm considered in that I'm not a free to play player at all. Spent about maybe $140 so far on the game, so that definitely does not count me as a free to play player. I'm not really trying to go all in quite yet, and recently the money has gone up just because I'm trying to do the level 70 seal just a little bit at a time. I don't do anything crazy. I just want to get 10 tries and do it and then go about my business. Pretty much, let's go into the gear. Pretty much you can start to catch up on everything. You see, my gear isn't really all that far behind. I have one character that's like lacking, and it's usually the heal character. I usually don't go that hard with the heal character, but they're not that far behind. My gear is really not that far behind as far as this too. You will get a chance to catch up because you're going to start to see that once we all, matter of fact, I'll just show you in the rankings. If you look at the rankings, everybody's in 73, and that's because the grind has kicked in. You are not going to just get out of levels very fast anymore. It's not going to happen like that. Once we get to the level 74, we're going to jump up 74 to 75, and then 75 is going to be that grind. And then once we get to 76, 77, which I believe 75 goes to 77, but once we get to 77, we're going to spend weeks in 78, 79 going into 80. It's going to be weeks unless you're going to spend an insane amount of money on stamina potions. It's going to take a long while, so there's no point in waiting right now. Just do it as fast as possible. It works as far as waiting when things are a little bit lower in the levels, but that doesn't work right now because we're going to have to wait anyway. So the game is going to force you to grind. At this point, game is going to force you to farm. You're not going to have to sit down and be slow at this point. Earlier in the levels, you guys who are still under 70, if you feel that you can't, if you're not keeping up by the time you get to 70, like you really need to have all your shit together by the time you get to 70, or you will not be able to progress in ninja exam. You won't do well in survival. You won't, you're just going to get your behind kicked. So please, if you're under 70 right now and you're trying to do don't rush. You're going to hate yourself later if you rush, because you guys can watch me on the Chinese server and what initially happened to me on the Chinese server. It's a classic example, and why I always tell people why I get a little bit what are you guys talking about when they say, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. I do stuff by example. This is stuff that I've gone through. This is stuff on the Chinese server. People come in and tell me in the stream who play in the Chinese server, literally in the live stream. They say, hey, you should do this. If you go back and look at the live streams, I'm responding and talking to people who are talking to me in the live stream from the Chinese server. I don't know everything, but I do a good job of jotting everything down and actually translating it over. That's where I come in at, because I can read somewhat a little bit of Chinese. I'm part Japanese, I'm not part Chinese, so I do struggle when it comes to certain things in Chinese. I can't read everything. You can go translate stuff, but I can't read everything. But as you can see right now, everybody's at 73 right now. Nobody's at 74 right now. It's going to probably a few guys will be a little bit under it going into 74, but it's a grind now. So what do you do since it's a grind now? You concentrate on all of this. This stuff is starting to get expensive, but the key thing in all this is now we can't spend so much on group skills as far as because you're going to be timed out a lot with your group skill. So you see, my group skill is about to come off a cooldown. Right now, it's only like this right now. I don't know why it's like this, but in North America, the cooldown is too high per skill, and China is not like that. And in Taiwan, the Taiwanese server is not like this. So I'm assuming in the future, I didn't notice when, but in the future they're going to do something about that cooldown, because right now it's too much per skill. You literally time out automatically from choosing one skill, and it's not like that in the other regions. I don't even believe it's like that in the Brazil one either. Somebody was saying that. So I don't know what's going on with North America when it comes to that, but it's it's slowing us down a little bit, and maybe they are doing that to slow us down, but it is what it is. Work on your Magitama. My Magitama, I haven't spent money on it. This is just me passively doing it. And, randomly, whatever I get from the top ups that I did, this is what I've gotten without me actually spending no money on Magitama. I haven't spent any coupons on it. go. So, you know, that's not that bad. Now, refinement, I got bad luck. I ain't gonna lie, I have spent money on refinement and had bad luck. And so I'm just gonna wait for the refinement event and start working on not leveling, but getting my level up and building up refinements through the store. I'm gonna build up the medium refinement and the low refinement for free. And then when the leveling event happens for the refinement, I'm just gonna go in and catch up on all my refinements and do it that way. That's the free way. I know this is for you guys who pay. You guys who pay, you don't have to do that. But unless you have unlimited resources, it's too expensive to be sitting up there actually paying all your money for this refinement. It's a chance. And I always tell you guys, in these type of flash games, you want to pay your money on raw power. You don't want to pay your money on chance. When you pay your money on chance, you end up wasting money because the chance is always against you. It's never for you. Never ever. No, never. This is raw power. You want to spend money on something? Spend money on your Magitam. Get your Magitam up to all 5 for everybody. That's what you spend your money on, because that's a definite. It will not be a chance, man. In fact, let me throw that up there right now. Bam, throwing that up right there. This is not chance. This is what you 100% are going to get power on. This is chance. Well, the next thing that you are going to 100% get power on is your battle armor. Your battle armor is 100%. It's not going to be any type of, are you going to gain a level now, or aren't you going to gain a level in waste? These pieces right here, when you get to that 25 pieces, if you earned it in strong approach or not, or you buy it, that's the power gain that you're going to get right there, 100% every time. The same thing goes with this. It takes about 1 or 2 to push this over a few stats or something like that. That's a 100%. As you see right there, there are only 13 coupons per. Again, this is something, once again, that you should be spending money on right now. This is stuff that you should be upgrading. This is where you throw your money at. You don't throw your money at seals. You don't throw your money at refining when it's out of the special event. Don't do that. That's a waste of money. You're wasting your money, because you're pretty much going against a curve that is rigged against you. That is against you. That is designed to make you do that. So you shouldn't be doing that. This is where you should be spending your money at. Also, you can rank this up right here. This is like one of the easiest things in the game to rank up right now, and one of the cheapest. So right now, this is where you should be throwing money at right here. This is the main character. You can also make your main character tanky, which is called, in China, they call it the Power 3. And the reason why they call it the Power 3 is because you're going to have 3 characters if you do stuff like this. You guys watch me in the Chinese server. I'm literally doing that in motion in the Chinese server. My lightning character is tanky. He can take a hit and then bring it right back up again. Bring his life right back up against vampire and everything else. But he can take that hit and be in the front and get that #1 prompt off in that initiative. And the main reason is because the battle armor. So that's something that you guys should definitely be going after, especially if you don't want to use a whole bunch of tanks. What you can do then is just maybe have Hinata or Kimimaru or whatever tank you got, and then have the 2 people in the back be straight up DPS. And some people do that, some people don't. But now you don't have any weakness. Like, you don't really have that much of weakness. You have an attack character, which the main characters except for Earth are all attack characters. Even water can set itself into being a healer and be, really healy, but water really is an attack character. Like, all the rest of them are attack characters. So if you have an attack character that's an attack tank at this point, that's OP. You break the system at that point. So that's why battle armor is extremely important in this game. And even if you don't want to put the character in the front, put it in the back. This is still increased attack and defense and ninjutsu right there. So you still going to be at a point where you're going to be strong and be able to take a hit in the back. So definitely pay attention to this. Now, the last possible thing, or not the possible, but the last thing I go on is the summons. The reason why your summons are important as far as pay is you want to have your special summons. Now, this I did the seal one time, which I got extremely lucky. I bought the seal pack from the store that gave you the 10 seals, and I got giant Katsuya. Now, you want to actually have at least one. You got to have at least one, because it'll trigger. It's extra stats on top of your stats that you already have. You need to make sure that you have all your summons, because all your summons give you free seals, and when you get a summons, you get a seal countdown. I mean, a free seal that you can get. When you get one of the special summons, like all of these right here, you get another seal on top of that. And it also is very good to have all this locked up, because when you actually do the summons, you get free points if you actually get one of them, especially if you get a double of an orange version. Like that's pretty good. You want to pay attention to your seal store as well. You get from Sage, War, and everything else. You get points in here for that. Next thing you see, I'm trying to just get all these characters now, because I realize now that because if they come up with the star system, like you really need to have all your characters. So I didn't get Toby right away. So now you see right there that passively they were giving me Toby, but now I'm just going to get them to have them unlocked and have them out there, so I don't have to worry about that later. Same thing goes for over here. I'm probably eventually start getting Kakazu, but first you see I'm working on these low level refinements right here. I just want to keep stacking the low level refinements, so when the refinement event comes, I could just go boom, 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 have a lot of them, not spend much of my money. If I have to spend money, then I will spend money, but I'm going to do it freely first. It's how you play. That's skill play right there in this type of game. You don't straight up always have to top up and pay to win it all the time. You can actually use your brain and get ahead. Same thing with the arena shop. I'm just, building up points right here. You see I'm working on Hidan. I'm just going to get him out the way now before that system comes. And I hope they don't troll us and put it in the freaking game like tomorrow or something like that, because I'll be pissed. That I'll be pissed at. Same thing with, you see with Kasami. I'm just going to unlock him, and I'm going to go after I unlock Kasami, because I'm more fearful of them locking Kasami behind that little star wall and that Chinese server lockdown. So I'm gonna try to work out getting Kasami and then work on these medium low level refinements. And I have Anko and Shikamaru and Karin already, so I'm not really worried about them. I'm not gonna be using them like that either. So that's pretty much all I got for you this time around. You guys just be smart with your money. You can top up, do all you want to do, but make sure that you get power behind it. Don't top up into random factors and then be butthurt about it. The seals are random factors. This whole system right here is random factors. Like, don't put all your money behind that. Like, that's not that great, to be honest with you. But if you're going to put something behind it, I'm gonna leave this with you. If you're going to put something behind it, do it with Sage Naruto treasure. It's more worth for your money, because Sage Naruto treasure has the uncommons from both Seal and from Tendo. So all the uncommons from there are going to appear in here too. So if you're going to actually do that, it makes more sense to do it here and not do it here unless you just really want these characters that really nobody uses at end game. And that's part of the reason why I said, don't concentrate on these, because nobody uses them in game. You can go into the Chinese server, Taiwanese server, and look at the top people. Nobody's doing that. Now, unless you have a whole bunch of money that you want to waste and throw away, which most people don't. Like, most people like me who will spend $100 to $200 and, that'd be good enough for them, whatever else like that. You don't have that much money to just straight up always waste going towards this, because what you end up doing is you're putting resources into characters. I'm going to wrap this up for you so you can explain why I say don't do that. You're putting resources into characters. Now, say, I'm going to just use these for example. Kankuro, Gaara, and Guy. Okay, now they're all 4 stars and everything else like that. Now, see, all of them I'm going to use. So it's fine that they're all 4 stars. It's fine that they have all those cultivation. But the problem with that is, and I forgot that I got Baki for free. Yeah, I got him in survival. Let me pop that right there. There you go. Welcome to the squad. The problem with that is cultivation starts to be freaking expensive. Stars start to be really expensive. If you are wasting a whole bunch of resources on straight up, like leveling characters because you're giving in, the problem with that is there's not enough cultivation to go around, and there's not enough stars and stamina to go around. What that'll eventually do is that'll make your gear fall behind. Now, say you want to give you a further example into this. It's all about math, and I'm just trying to keep people from being behind. That's where the mistake comes in at, because you don't quite understand that there's not enough stamina going around, there's not enough cultivation to go around, and what you end up being is behind when you waste on too many characters. That's why when I told everybody in the beginning, think about it hard. Think about actually what characters you're going to use and stay within those characters. If you want to start increasing out with this, that's fine. Increasing, like I got my initial 12. Now if I start increasing outward like this, no, I'll add in another character, a rare character. Now no bullshit, a rare character. Maybe like 1, 2, or 3, then now I have 15. But I'm gonna stay within that original because there's not going to be enough to go around. So let's say now I didn't listen. Let's say now I said, okay, you know what? Screw that. I'm gonna get them pains. I'm gonna get that, Harisha buds and everything else like that. Okay, leveling all those pains means I have to pay for the cultivation too. Means I have to star them out too. Means I have to put them in the awaken mode, which now takes away resources. Let me just do that. Which now takes away resources here. So I'm doing all that. Now you don't have infinity stamina. Even if you buy stamina, there's still a limit to that. It's just not infinite. So what's gonna end up happening is you're gonna end up behind in all your gear. All of this right here, every single character is gonna end up behind because there's not enough stamina to go around for characters in gear. You're gonna start to see it even more when you get to around the level 75, 76, 77. You're gonna be like, damn, I can't do shit right now. And that's what's gonna happen when you have too many characters that you need to take care of. So I hope you guys understand that it's a math thing. It's not about who you like at that point. It's not about what you really want to do. You have to think beforehand. That's why I showed everybody the Chinese server. Like, these are the characters right here. This is what's going on. This is how it's going to happen when it comes to North America. Think now, who do you want? You can't sit there and go all in on every seal. It's just not going to happen. You're going to be behind. Then you're going to spend like $1,000 on the game, and then people who spent like $10 are going to be on par with you. That's what's going to happen because they didn't waste, and they thought they kept within themselves within the original 12 that they had. Now their 12 is all tanky and strong when you go into ranked battle, and you got, hey, look at me, I got Pain, and I got Conan and Sage Naruto, and you still lose. Think about that. Be legendary. Peace. Thanks for watching another video by me, Scion Storm. If you like what you see here, please by all means like, subscribe, share with all your friends. It really helps me out, and I appreciate everybody who stops by. One love and be legendary. Peace.